Was poppin'? It's your boy FreeSlame. Welcome back here to another video, and today we've got Marshadow in 360 where I have to go over this Pokemon's typings, abilities, stats, and possible movesets in 6 minutes or less. So Marshadow is the brand new fighting ghost type legendary Pokemon that was just released, I believe, yesterday in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and this Pokemon is very powerful. It's got great typing, great coverage, and great stats. So to start things off, it is a fighting ghost type, which means it has 2 immunities to normal and fighting, as well as 3 resistances to poison, bug, and rock, but at the same time you do have to watch out for 4 weaknesses, being flying, psychic, ghost, and fairy. As for its Pokemon stats, it has 90 base HP coupled with 80 base defense and 90 base special defense, but where this Pokemon really shines is 125 base speed and 125 base physical attack. You can even run this thing as a special attacker if you want, with 90 base special attack, which isn't bad. So this is what I love to see in a Pokemon. Very fast Pokemon. It's very hard on one of the defenses and has very good HP and bulk to it, so it's a very good Pokemon. Also, it has a great ability in the form of Technician, which makes it so that any move that does 60 base power or less will get a 50% boost to it, which is going to be great on this Pokemon. So if we go to Pokemon Showdown, these are some of the sets that I came up with for Marshadow. So this first one here, we're going to cover its signature move first, which is Spectral Thief, which is a 90 base power physical ghost move that steals a target's boost before you deal damage. So basically, say your opponent uses Swords Dance, for example. They're at +2 attack. When you use Spectral Thief on them, you'll take that +2, so now they're not at +2 anymore. You have the +2 attack, and then you deal the damage that you get from Spectral Thief. So you'll do 90 base power to them with that +2. You're going to be doing tons of damage. This move is just absolutely broken. You can stop opponents from setting up, you can get your own sweep going, and you can just make your opponent just really screwed over, because if they set up in front of Marshadow, they risk you going for that Spectral Thief, and they don't want that to happen. So you basically shut down any setup that your opponent tries to do while taking it for yourself. You've also got Close Combat as your other stab option, which is a very powerful fighting move. And between Ghost and Fighting, there's actually not a single Pokemon that you can't hit for at least neutral damage, which is really cool. This typing is just amazing offensively. Also, you've got other moves you can use for coverage. Ice Punch is one of them. You can go Poison Jab, Rock Tomb, Pursuit, other options, but I really like Ice Punch. It's good for dragons and grass, ground, flying, all those types of Pokemon. It's just really good coverage as well. You've also got Shadow Sneak for a bit of priority, which can actually be Technician boosted as well. Look at the Marshadow Z. Basically, it means if you use Spectral Thief, you now become Soul Stealing 7-star Strike, which is a brand new move that is 195 base power. So this thing is just absolutely destructive. This thing's going to be doing tons and tons of damage, and just with Spectral Thief as a good move in general, you can't go wrong going with the Z Crystal. As for the EV spread, you do want to go max speed, max physical attack, and you do want to give yourself a Jolly Nature. So that's basically what I've done for this, and this is the EV spread that I'm going to be using throughout the rest of these sets. The next one we have is a bulk up set. So rather than just stealing your opponent's setup, you can also use your own. So you can go for bulk up to give you more attack and defense. You've still got Spectral Thief. Since you are getting a bit bulkier, it doesn't really make sense for you to go close combat, so you lower your defenses. So you probably want to go with Drain Punch as your other option in order to get a bit of sustain and still do good damage. And then you've also got Shadow Sneak if you want for just a bit of priority. Now, you can go Life Orb in the set if you want, but actually there's another item that I prefer, and surprisingly it's the Spooky Plate. And honestly, I almost never choose the plates over Life Orb, which is very weird, but Marshadow is one of the few exceptions I feel that can pull this off. Because you've got Spectral Thief and Shadow Sneak that both take advantage of it, getting that 20% boost is going to be nice. Also, Will-O-Wisp and Bulk Up obviously won't take advantage of either one, so there's no loss there. And then Drain Punch, you don't want to really be losing health off of Life Orb as you're gaining back health. So I feel like the Spooky Plate just works perfectly on a set like this. Here you can go Will-O-Wisp if you want to burn your opponent, so you can cripple them and steal their stat gains if they're trying to do it. So if you burn your opponent, say they try going for a Swords Dance, you know, they're trying to like get back to neutral and then maybe even set up after that, you can burn them and then take their boost, so now you're stronger. They're burned so they can't do anything, and you know, their attack is down. So it's a very good set you can run. You can also go for a bit of a bulkier spread if you want on this Pokemon, but personally I prefer the speedier set. But yeah, so for the next set that we've got on Marshadow, we've got a Swagger set. This is more of a, it looks gimmicky at first, but there's actually a reason behind it. So Marshadow actually doesn't get access to Swords Dance, which is very interesting because it is a fighting type, but it doesn't get access to it, unfortunately. However, it does get access to Swagger. Now, the idea is this: you use Swagger on your opponent, you confuse them, and now they're at +2 attack. Next turn, you go for Spectral Thief and steal their +2 attack, and they're still confused. So you basically got a Swords Dance while your opponent is confused. And then you can still have Close Combat and Shadow Sneak for coverage and for priority. and you still get that technician boost off that Shadow Sneak. You can go with the Spooky Plate here, you can go Life Orb, you can go Marshadow Z, whatever item you want here, and then I recommend the same spread as well, which is just max speed, max attack. So next up, we've got a Choice Banded set. This is just if you want to do as much damage as is physically possible. Obviously, you're going to be going with Spectral Thief in close combat and Shadow Sneak for that priority, because obviously, you know, being banded with priority is always good. And then you can go for another option here. You can go Ice Punch, you can go Poison Jab, whatever. I put Pursuit here though, because when you're banded, Pursuit's always a nice move to go with, because you know, you switch it on a Pokemon, they try to switch out, you know, you get double damage with Pursuit. So with Technician, Pursuit goes from 40 to 60 base power, and then double power becomes 120. With a Choice Band, you're going to be doing tons of damage, and as I said before, same spread on this Pokemon. And then this isn't the set, but this is just some other options you can do. Some people like running Marshadow Scarf to outspeed things like Scarf Tapu Koko, which actually is becoming a bit more popular, so that is an option. You can also outspeed Ash Greninja, which is a huge threat in OU. And also we've got access to other moves as well. So I mentioned this a bit earlier. We have Poison Jab, we've got Rock Tomb, you have the Elemental Punches. So I did use Ice Punch in one of the earlier sets, but you can also go Fire Punch or Thunder Punch. You've also got Sucker Punch if you want a bit more of that priority. So you've got options on this Pokemon. You can definitely use whatever you want. The reason I put Rock Tomb and not like Rock Slide is because Rock Tomb does get that Technician boost since it is 60 base power, so it goes up to 90 and you still lower your opponent's speed by 1, which is always nice. You can also go Calm Mind if you do want to run a special set, like I said before. But yeah, so that's about it for Marshadow. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. It is an OU right now actually, which is very surprising because I feel like a Pokemon with great coverage, with this amazing typing, great ability, amazing Z move and signature move, and just these incredible stats. I feel like this Pokemon's definitely going to get banned to Ubers. I can't wait to use this Pokemon. It looks like a ton of fun, and I mean, I'm going to have a blast with this thing on Showdown. I'm sure you guys will too. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with your friends, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.